Okay, well, if you're seeing a black screen right now, that's pretty irritating because I've done my very best for there not to be a black screen.
No,
You can see perfectly, can you?
it's starting soon.
No, it shouldn't be.
Let me reload.
Well, everyone, in theory, this should now be working. I downloaded the updated version of the game um, because the original build wasn't that stable. It did crash quite a lot and it didn't start up properly. But for some reason, Streamlabs um, does not like this version of the game. So there might not be any sound, but that's okay because I'll entertain you with my amusing anecdotes. I don't need hello. Hello was a test one. So Armchair, let's go. We were at the Selima Oasis, and we're going to build a military outpost, the Pharaoh. Um, I decided instead of just having a still cartoon Egyptologist sitting there, I'd put the chat window up because you're all more interesting than I am. Good evening, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I hope everyone's having a lovely weekend or has a lovely weekend ahead of them, depending upon what kind of time of day it is for you out there. This is my first military mission of the game. I think it should be relatively easy. They've vastly simplified the military mechanics as you remember if you've seen my previous ones. Um, to the extent where it's barely even a game. It's mostly an economic game. The game's doing something weird now. Okay, fine. Okay, so I've got temple complexes and luxury goods. Um, I don't care about any of that. Oh, I have to see all this, do I? 3,000 people. So this is fine. So this is my only area of green. So I've got some green here, but there's ostriches. I don't think that's gonna work very well. Um 3,000 population. Am I gonna harvest this wood? I can harvest the wood. Okay. So let's have a look at trade. We're here. I trade with Kerma. They buy jewelry and linen. No luck there. Now Bedet buys wood. Wood's a raw material, and it grows, and I can harvest it. Abeju, also otherwise known as Abydos, also buys wood, so that's a great start for my early income. Okay, that's my only raw material, is it? So I'm buying clay and barley. There's no farming here. I've got a temple complex to Seth, and I've got to honor Seth and Ra. Okay. Militarily, okay, now I don't have any copper, so I'm buying. Oh, I guess I'm buying from Tim now, aren't I? They sell weapons. What do they sell weapons? And the difference in price is quite extreme. But it would take so many fewer workers if I bought the weapons directly. And I think I'm going to be okay economically. I'm going to take a risk. And the risk I'm going to take is I'm going to buy weapons. So our first neighborhood. I'm going to build it out here. Okay. For some reason, I know, and the thing is that let's fiddle with that a little. There you go. Now you can see the whole UI, which is useful. Okay. The only thing I really need will be no palace, which I hadn't thought about. Okay, unless I can squeeze a palace. Okay, I'll have to build a palace somewhere else. That's fine. So let's get a physician down. Let's get our bazaar down. We need all the basic safety features. I'm going to need a couple of temples. He'll need a temple complex somewhere. I'll have to put that somewhere. Can I rotate the building? I can rotate it like that. But that's annoying. I wish I could rotate it the other way. You used to be able to rotate the game. You can't. You don't seem to be able to. So if the temple faces that way, then for my own annoying reasons, it's going to have to go over here. I'm not going to place that yet because I really don't. So this looks like a great place to put things like my starting industry. So why did I do that? That was terrible. Undo that. I basically want lots and lots and lots of wood, don't I? So I think we'll go all out on that. Now there's going to be military challenges, so I do need to get my military. Oh, I haven't changed my because I downloaded a new version of the game. I haven't changed my options. So, I want to do global labor pool. I don't mind age simulation. Default storage is accept as none, and none, and none, because that just makes everything. Yes, obviously. Yes, obviously. Okay, so pop those there. We need an architect's post and a firehouse. Ah, we'll get some wood, and we'll open a trade route to sell the wood. One to Bedet and one to Abydos. No ability from the screen to access the what do you call it? The trade screen. I find that more than a little irritating. Okay, overseer of trade. Let's export wood. I think we're going to export over 400 because I have a feeling I'm going to get requests for wood all the time. Right. I think this is also going to serve as my hunting ground, so let's get those sorted. I need a granary. But my thinking is I have another neighborhood coming out here. Should I build a granary exactly halfway between those two neighborhoods? Yeah, I've got room for other neighborhoods, so we'll do that. Gosh, that's inelegant. Look at that horrible, horrible arrangement of things. Ooh, I forgot to put a police down. Here, have a police. Forgot to do entertainment. Okay. Fine. So let's do the last thing before we open the floodgates. We need to make sure that all of our workers are going to the places we need them to go to, and that's that. Might make military number 3 as well, actually, because I feel like we're going to need those. Speaking of military, I actually do need a military, so we're going to branch here, and here's where we're going to put our... We don't have an academy, that's interesting. But we're going to have a storage yard where we're going to buy weapons. Don't know why I did that. That doesn't do anything. We're going to buy weapons like that, but I'm not going to buy that many weapons. Oh, I need to open a trade route to import weapons from Timna. What we're going to do is we're going to import weapons. There's no point importing too many weapons at a time. I'm going to import to maintain 8. That's not many. But I can only recruit at a certain speed. So I think we're going to put our forts. It doesn't, because in this game it actually doesn't matter where you put them. I'm not going to have my neighborhood. I might have a neighborhood coming out of here, another one potentially coming out along here. So I think I can afford to put my forts down here, and I normally do 2 archers. I know I'm out of money. That's because the game hasn't started. Leave me be. And I think I'll have... Actually, I think I'll build a few infantry forts. Because... Yes, I know. I know, but soon I will have lots. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's go. That'll do. That's more than I can possibly manage, but soon I'll have plenty of people filing in. I'll have my wood industry up and running. Let's make sure my granary can accept I'm immediately defeated. That's so funny. I spent so much money. Okay, well, okay, everyone reset your minds. Reset your minds. Okay, that didn't happen. I'm under a lot of pressure. And that didn't happen. Do I have to add animals? There are ostriches. There are wild ostriches, and they will generate infinitely. Okay, so, shut up. I know what I have to do. My principles are sound, but maybe a bit less ambition. That was intense. So that was a good practice round there, everyone. That was so funny. He's immediately defeated. Oh god, I love that. Was I building roads there? Yeah. Something weird's happened there. One. Oh, I see. Okay. This time, no mistakes. just ridiculous. I love that. Okay. That was so stupid. Good lord. I've been playing this game for 20 years and I'm still shockingly bad at it. The thing is, you didn't used to lose at minus 5,000 Debens. That's a lose condition they added. It used to be that as long as you were at 5,000 Debens, you couldn't spend anymore and you'd get progressively less popular. So temples. Bazaar. That there like that. Need to put down a physician. He can go there. Basic safety features. A copse, and let's put down an apothecary because there might be some malaria coming from here, which I didn't do before. That was so funny. I'm still not over that. That's without question the stupidest thing that's ever happened to me in this game. Right, so this time we will begin modestly. I definitely need woodcutters. Perhaps I only need 4 to start with, though. I do need a trade. That's a very expensive trade route with Timna. That's what's going on there. Is there no one else who'll sell me weapons? No, there won't be, will there? No, okay. Well, I want a trade route with Bedet and Abedju. Gosh, that was a travesty. Okay. And we're going to export wood over 400, as always. Ridiculous. Okay, hunting lodge. Three will do to start. That's fine. Get our granary down, make sure it's accepting food. Make sure we have... I don't think granaries can burn down, so we'll just put that there. We will, however, need an architect and a firehouse here. Right. Okay. Let's try that again. It's amazing how much money I have when I don't spend it all immediately, isn't it? food and hygiene at 1, admin and distribution at 2, education, religion, military at 3, production at 4. Okay, everyone. Redo. I did open the trade routes and we are exporting, so... I don't care about the price of jewellery. Good for him. Look at them go. My cash crop. Okay, now I have enough to start selling. Will he buy any? No, he's already decided to be on his way out. They make their decision whether or not to purchase anything the moment they enter the map. So even if there's enough to sell, he won't. He might buy something. That would be good. He did. Okay. Now that he's done that, let's do the military thing. As discussed previously, no weaponsmith. A recruiter. And a storage yard. What you have made me realise, however, is that I should probably not import... Oh, that's so expensive. I should probably not import so many weapons. That's what got me in trouble, probably. So let's import... Oh, I don't know. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay, they're doing an okay job. I might realistically want a few more woodcutters. Actually, I've got lots of unemployment. I think a few more woodcutters wouldn't be the worst idea. Swap another couple down. It will be put to extremely good use. Let's put some gardens down. People love gardens. They also love plazas. Some food. What do they want? Yeah. No entertainment. Now, I know about the lack of entertainment. They want ebony? I have 4 months to get ebony. What? Does someone sell that? Bedette, do you sell ebony? No. Timna, do you sell ebony? Kerma? Oh, Kerma, you sell ebony. Okay. What do you want? 100 ebony. Well, as it happens, I can do that. So let's import some ebony. I'm actually going to get ahead of it, and I can't import that yet. Okay, fine. I tell you, people are going to click on that button to restart their game, and it's never going to work. Right, I didn't build any forts, so I've got my military recruiters ready to go, but no one cares. So, let's build a couple of archers, I think, and I think I built 3 infantry forts. No amount of money. Yeah, I know. Oh, why is that happening? That's very strange. It wasn't spending the money live. Okay, well, hopefully we'll sell some... Can you please buy higher before my debt defeats me again? Yep, there we go. That's fine. Yeah, weapons are proving very expensive. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have any ebony. I think buying all those weapons is a problem, isn't it? Let's halve the amount I'm willing to... I need more people buying my wood. Oh, that's better. Oh, wow, just made loads of cash. Okay, well, that seems to be working. Let's find out... Now, that's going to be a thing that happens, is Kerma, which is here and is supplying my luxury goods, is going to be under siege quite a lot. And I think I'm going to need to send my troops to rescue them. Let's see what the Overseer of the Temples has to say. Seth is displeased. Because I haven't built his temple complex yet. Well, there's no time like the present. How much is that going to cost? It's going to set me back almost all my cash. What am I going to do? I'm going to have a neighborhood up there, probably. Okay, and then I'm going to put my festival square right in front of that. Yeah, I think I have my neighborhood here, so I think I'm going to just do that. To be honest. Architect's Post and Firehouse. In the old days... So they've got the altar of Anubis and the Oracle of Sekhmet. I do not know what they do, but I'm not yet going to build them. I can't afford a festival, but I'm hoping that my construction of a temple complex is enough to... He's apathetic. Well, that's better than it was. Ra really likes me, and I've got to acknowledge his class. Okay, Seth is congenial now. I think I can afford a festival soon. My kingdom standing falls. I know. Desperate to try to hold a festival before I get notifications thrown at me. Why isn't it letting me order a festival? Is it not letting me hold a festival because I don't have any entertainers? Or is it because I hadn't chosen a god? Yeah, there it is. I also don't have any entertainers. I think this is a good place to build my entertainers, though. Next to the festival square. So let's get a juggling school. And a conservatory. Also get me more workers. I don't think I need more workers presently, but that's okay. I will at some point need more workers. I know. I don't actually know why my ebony isn't coming through. Is it because Kerma can't trade? Yeah, Kerma can't trade. I'm not going to be able to get any ebony at all. What's my political kingdom rating? 55. I have no savings. I should have plenty of savings from previous missions, but it's obviously not. It's obviously not come through for some reason. Okay. Am I somehow not getting enough food? I should be. He's sitting on 500 units. Is it because they have to make such a long journey that it's piling up? Because they're only distributing 100 at a time. Well, I can't help that. I'm going to have to do surface area. That's all there is to it. Let's do a festival for Ra, because I know, but it's not happening, is it? Because my only source of ebony is closed. So I'm afraid that's going to fail. That's why I'm holding a festival to Ra. Ra can make people like me more. Fire? Hey, granaries can burn down. They didn't used to be able to. Oh well, that granary wasn't doing very much because it takes them 9 years to get to it. I thought if I put a granary here and had a neighbourhood here, it would mean they had equal access to it. But I'm beginning to think it might be better to have the granary closer. My reputation is substantially better than it was. Well, it was 55 before. Oh, it is. Wow, Christ. Well, good for me. I think I might have to put my granary here, and have the market lady do the walking. Will she come out that far? That's the question. She will. Okay, she will. That makes the inefficiency slightly less appalling. Okay, so my army is building itself up. My city seems to be profitable. Shall I build some of these? It doesn't say what they do. Temple complex to Seth. The altar of Anubis gives easier access. Mortuaries need less linen, completely irrelevant. The Oracle of Sekhmet. They can reduce the risk of crime in houses they pass, and it just turns my priests into police. I don't know if either of those are all that useful, but as long as he's happy. Okay, so I seem to be in a state of economic balance. What do you want? Nothing. No. Okay, well. Okay, well. What's your problem? Desirability of the area. Well, I mean. I know my kingdom rating has fallen. How much has it fallen by? Oh, and he's lifted it again. That's so funny. Okay, so overall I've only lost 10 for my inability to supply them with a good I have no access to. So forests regenerate really quickly in this version of the game. They used to take much longer. High reputation's good. So one of the things that a high reputation can do is I might be able to open trade routes to Kyrene and Byblos. Hello, Deldarax, you reprobate. Well, you missed me immediately being defeated in the first 10 minutes of my stream starting because I spent more than the money I had. And when you hit a certain amount of debt in this game, you just lose. Distant battle. Send troops to their aid. Oh boy. I don't have any ebony. Please leave me alone. Oh, please. Um, Okay, military overseas. Is it obvious which one that's supposed to be? Probably, yeah, okay. So let's send off the scorpions and let's send off the spiders. I don't have anyone threatening to encroach upon my land. But I think I shouldn't send everyone. They're not that far away. Does it say? I think I'd leave myself defenseless. I think I'm gonna just send those ones and leave them to it. And hope that helps. See, now my granary is full, so that's good. Now they need pottery. I assume I can make pottery if I buy clay. The music in this game, I keep saying this over and over again, is absolutely fantastic. This time, um, it's not MIDI music. They recorded it live. Oh, I just saw some trees grow out of nowhere. That was quite fun. Um, Anyway, they recorded the music live, and it's based on the original MIDI music, which was always really good. I don't know if they recorded all of it, but they certainly I've seen some behind the scenes footage of them recreating it. It's really fantastic stuff. Okay, we're very profitable. I'd love to build more. 844 inhabitants. Is interesting. So that sort of implies. But I don't need any more people. Uh, but I'm going to start making pottery. I know, but I can't. I see, and I'm getting an army. I'm getting a Libyan army invading in 12 months. So I'm glad I kept my. Do I have a buyer for pottery actually? Because if I have a buyer for pottery, I bet she doesn't. Crikey, I thought I'd have a buyer for it. No one's buying pottery. Okay. What that tells me is I don't have to worry too much about. Oh, Mennefer? No. Okay, well, that tells me I don't have to worry too much about it. I just need to make enough for my own purposes. So let's get a storage yard. I'm only going to say accept up to a quarter of. And then we'll import some clay. Let's make sure I've always got 800 clay. I think 2 potters is fine. Because I can't export the stuff. Seth is going to strike down quite a lot of my enemies. I appreciate that. But I am going to have some troops in place. I can probably afford to buy more weapons now, actually. So let's ramp that back up a little. Although he only sold me a couple. And I can't build a second recruiter. I could have established my own weapons industry. Um, but the truth is it takes time and the city's profitable, so I didn't feel like it was worth doing. My other big export, it looks like, no, not there. My other big export, it looks like, is gonna be beer. Beer. I think I can export beer, so I can import barley for 48 and sell beer for 140. So that's also going to be quite good. In fact, I might get that set up. Um, let's import to maintain 1600. I want loads. And let's export when it's over 800. I only need some for my actual city. My city doesn't need beer at the moment. Why is my potter built like that? Well, it is. I'm not going to change it. I have already dispatched troops to Kerma. I know the Egyptian people are displeased with me. I want loads of breweries because I really want to be churning out beer. I think I've already sent all of the... I think I need these guys here. Actually, it might not because they're coming in 6 months. So I'm gonna risk it. Do you know why? Seth has said he's gonna strike some of them down. I'm gonna place my faith in the gods. Get ready for defeat number 2. No, I think I'll be okay. I've got weapons. I've got a fully staffed recruiter. Get ready to reset your minds. No mistakes.
Didn't count.
That one didn't count. Please stop this. There seems to be no end to Pharaoh's greed. He really wants the ebony, and I seriously don't have any. Oh my god, he must really hate me. What's happening? He still doesn't quite hate me. I've sent all the troops I'm going to, frankly. Perhaps if I held another festival. Let's hold a festival to Ra. See if I can get him to boost my popularity a little. My wood's really rattling out. Maybe I need more woodcutters. Oops, meant to build a second one there. Get out of my way, woodcutters. I need more woodcutters. Too many woodcutters to build more woodcutters. Yeah, I need to keep that. I need to keep my wood stockpile good and full so that I'm always selling wood. And the deforestation impact is really minimal. Look at that. Oh, that was really fun. Ooh, for the next 12 months, I can sell my exports for more money. Oh, well, we love that. Deldorak singing the song of the sailors in black and white, a classic game. Deldorak, is your profile picture a screenshot from black and white? Actually, okay. Libyan army will arrive in 1 month. Am I ready for them? I'm willing to bet that I am. I'm churning out soldiers. I've got 6 archers and 12 infantrymen. That's okay. And I've got Seth on my side. That's the important thing. I have heaven on my side. Please, I don't want to provoke Pharaoh. Seth remembers his promise and will protect my troops in the battle to come. Whatever the result, my soldiers will come back safe. Oh, here we go. I love this graphic of the spirit of Seth. With his lightning hands. Look at him zapping the guys. It's great. Okay, here we go. The epic. Oh, goodness sake. Is that it? Oh, my soldiers from far off lands have actually teleported home. Or Kerma was only close by. We don't need to watch this boring nonsense. Do I have Kerma Oasis back? I don't think I've got Kerma back. I'm supposed to be importing ebony. Have I just not been accepting ebony this entire time? I don't want that to be true. Just Pharaoh getting increasingly pissed off at me as I just constantly refuse to purchase the one thing he wants from me. It's quite a power play on my part, actually. Pretty impressed with myself. My army's at full. I don't need to rebuild my army. I've become more popular. Okay.
People respect you standing up to Pharaoh.
Well, when the Pharaoh asked for ebony, it said, "Is there no end to the greed of Pharaoh?" or something like, "But Jesus. Bring me ebony or bring me death." One of you's got to be selling ebony, so I can finally send some to him, and Pharaoh Senpai will finally notice me. A new trade route to Kerma can be opened. I thought I had a trade route to Kerma. Oh, I do. There we go. I might actually buy a lot of ebony. It occurs to me I might buy a lot because it's expensive, but he keeps asking for it, and the trade route seems a little precarious. So let's buy a lot of ebony, and hopefully Pharaoh will be sated. Look, mate, you're about to have all the ebony you could possibly want. $100 ebony? You're hopefully gonna have some ebony soon. Ebony! Look at that lovely, lovely ebony furniture. Right, okay. Guess what, Pharaoh? You weren't expecting that, were you? I'm not taxing my citizens because... Ooh, I know what I could do. If I build my palace there, I can initiate taxation. Really doesn't make you much. A magistrate from a court. I've got so many people. Oh, unemployment's only at 6%, actually. I'll build a courthouse. Why these guys don't seem to have any food? They haven't even been fed. I've got so much food. She just needs to buy more. Should I build a backup granary next to my palace? Also a power move, to be honest. They'll fill this granary up first, but it means that she can get to it slightly quicker. Because I've got this gap where no one's being fed. The alternative is I could build another bazaar that just buys food. Let's see, that's immediately happened. Or did she just literally need slightly faster access to food? So actually, I've got a big army. I'm going to take some advice from chat. I've got 2 archery battalions and 3. Well, I guess they're axes. They're not going to be swordos. Should I build a 4th swordo, or should I build a 3rd archers? I guess keeping it symmetrical is reasonably interesting. Get more range in me. Think I should build another archery fort. Maybe. I'm finally putting a stop to my weapons importing unless my soldiers die. Produce some composite bows. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have that in this level. I love that that's a thing. Swordzo and Archerzo. Okay, we've convinced me with Archerzo. I had not considered that point, but you're quite correct. Arrowo. You can immediately have ebony. I've sent it immediately. You will never know such ebony as this. Why is my barley income dropped off? I'll take that. You buy beer. That's fine. My beer industry has largely shut down because no one's selling me barley. But I am importing it, aren't I? Yeah, I am. I think I'm only importing it from one place, so there's a bit of a slowdown. Libyan army can get wrecked. Ra is displeased. Now I should tell you why Ra is displeased. If I build another temple, he should be okay. But it's time. Okay, it's time we held a grand festival to Seth. With beer and everything. He'd love a white elephant made of ebony. The only thing they're selling me out of ebony is like cabinets and stuff. Thanks for it. Ra looks so ornery with me. This house is refusing to upgrade. It just isn't getting any food. Nor is that one. Look at that. A debilitating siege strikes at Kerma. The price of reeds has risen. I'm not doing reeds. I've got loads of army now. I don't think I'm going to have a problem when the Libyans show up. He loves me now, doesn't he? He just loves ebony furniture. Look, they love me. The most popular dance, Sweeping Egypt, interprets the story of my life. That's great. That's killer. I love that. That's wizard. So I'm going to build a personal mansion so I can start earning some scratch. So... I could probably put it there, couldn't I? Why is this house just not getting any food? Yeah, I think I'm gonna win. Yep. That's a desirability thing. Well, let's put a step. Yep. Okay. Let's put a statue right here. Do you like that? That's great. That just costs money. They just instantly manifest that. So this neighborhood's supporting 1,300 people. So if you remember, my goal for this was 3,000 people. I only need 3 of these neighborhoods. A debilitating siege, but there's nothing I can't send anyone. There's been no requests. I've solved my unemployment problem, though. I can't just keep... There's an upper limit to how much beer and barley... What's another thing I could be exporting? Can I make jewelry even? No, I can't make jewelry. I can make papyrus. Is anyone buying it? Because I'm not making papyrus for my own amusement, am I? I can import reeds and sell papyrus, I guess. Okay. Again, I think I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm going to export pretty much all my papyrus. Gonna build my little papyrus district here, because I don't really need... And again, I'm exporting it for cash, so I guess I just make loads of papyrus. That's not optimal placement, is it? No. So, so we'll build that. And then we'll put a storage yard in here. And that can manage my papyrus and my reeds. Okay, that should... I think I've got all of the trade routes. Oh no, what were they supplying my... No, they were doing the barley. I bought all the barley I can from there. This huge cloud has gathered over my city. Was it always this dim? Bit odd. I just don't seem to be able to... Yes! Bedette's under siege. I mean, no! Okay, here we go. We've got loads of military units to send out. So I'm going to send my best. We're going to send them to Kerma. And we're going to send the spiders to Kerma. We're going to send the rams to Bedet. And we're going to send the lions to Bedet. I think we've got to keep the cobras and the crocodiles here. My papyrus industry has yet to start up. Is he going to sell me some reeds? No, he is not. Who sells me reeds? I actually have a feeling. Oh, was it Bedet that sells reeds? Or no one's going to be selling me any reeds then, are they? The struggle really is finding things for unemployed workers to do. I can export jewelry, but since I can't import gems, that's meaningless. Can I import flax to make linen? No. Can I import straw to make bricks? No. I can export sandstone. To what end? Yeah. Can't export weapons. Okay, I think I'm done on things I can actually export or import. I have not forgotten Bedet. What are you talking about? I thought I already had. Currently fighting in Bedet. Yeah, they're already sent. Okay. I did think that was an odd message to get. The house that wouldn't be fed has finally been fed. A personal victory. Okay, so I've got to build another couple of these neighborhoods. And it hurts to deforest, but I think I have to do it. Okay. That's so many people to find something to do. But that's okay. We don't mind that, do we? I might have to do... How are my bazaars going to feed people? I've had an idea about that. Here's my thinking. I have one bazaar dedicated to buying game meat, one bazaar dedicated to buying pottery and pottery and beer. I don't know if that's necessary or if they send out different traders. Did I put a physician down? No, I didn't. Taxes and a magistrate. Well, we'll see. Oh, I should probably build some sort of beautifying factor. Yeah, of course I saved the people of Bedet. What kind of monster would I be if I didn't? So out she comes. She's going to come all this way. She's really going to go all that way? That's mad. They didn't used to. In the original version of Pharaoh, there was a limit to how far they'd go. Ah, fire. That tracks. Well, let me build a second architect's post and a firehouse, because it's a pretty big area for one to cover. Build another hunting lodge. Both granaries getting pretty. I didn't build a water place. Did you know that actually people liked water to drink? There we go. There we go. Suddenly, my goodness. I know about a new trade route to Kerma, okay, but it's already opened. I'm going to buy so much ebony. Actually, I didn't go through that much ebony, did I? I didn't actually go through that much in the end. And I was right to order more than I needed. I'm surprised more trade routes haven't opened. That's usually the consequence of having a high kingdom rating. I'm thinking, should I create a third spillover granary? But I actually find that idea slightly mad. Wages have increased, have they? Well, I'm very profitable, so I'm going to raise my wages even more. I might actually need another set of hunting lodges. I know that's slightly insane, but I think I'm going to do it. Just a couple, just to keep this... Because there's ostriches right here, so I'm thinking just to keep this granary ticking over so that this little economy here doesn't lose its mind. I am a mad granary lad. Haha, Libyan army, good luck to them. My army's probably pretty hench. Yeah, look at this. Five levels of experience. See, I can equip them with shields from hides. That's interesting. I like that. Hides your thing you generate later when you start doing cattle farming. Little crunchy rustling. So that's working quite well. Oh, he loves the ebony. He's really into it. Okay, we're finally making some papyrus. Okay, look. For the benefit of those who haven't seen it, this is what a battle looks like. It's really quite bad. These melee guys are completely ignoring the enemy melee guys who are just walking into my archers. It's horrible. It's really horrid. Can I sell game meat? Stop doing that. Can I sell game meat? Because I can sell game meat. So there was a bug. Well, I don't know if it was a bug. I don't know if that's the word. There was a thing in the original Pharaoh where they would put. Oh, but actually, where they would put stuff in the warehouses before they put it in the granaries. So if you wanted to export food, you'd have a hell of a time. But I'm going to sell game meat anyway. I am not able to control my soldiers during the battle, Fresh Tomato. I would have been able to in... Oh, that's good news for me. I would have been able to in Pharaoh 1 to a very limited degree. Look, the military game isn't actually much worse. In Pharaoh 1, it was really quite illusory how much control you had. There was no Age of Empires, you know? But in this, it pretty much is just they completely simulate the battle and then give you the results. So they've removed even that illusion of strategic control that you had before. I hope these aren't all trudging off to my more distant granary. That would really annoy me. He is. I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got so much game meat. So I'm actually not too far off my population goal. I'm thinking I don't need another full neighborhood. I mean, I'm already sitting at 37% unemployment, so that's bad. Bad news. I wish I could tell them what granary to go to, because I'm now in this annoying situation where these guys are going to try and fill up this granary, and sometimes they might bounce. Oh, yes, look, he's going all the way around to here. I find that very annoying. I could connect them by road and just make it a little less weird. But I elect not to. have made no impact on the overall forest area. That's quite sad. Speaking of which, what am I gonna do? Um, why did I do that? What's the scheme there? I guess my scheme is do that. Because what I really need is just a very sedate neighborhood. It doesn't really need to even be developed. Why is Ra so angry? I've got good news, Ra. You're about to have more guys. Oh, he is displeased. Let's hold a festival for him. That should keep him happy. I'm hoping this is going to be enough. Tell me what I did do. See if I can squeeze a booth in there. There we go. That should be enough to bump me up when those houses are fully upgraded. Just gives them a quick taxi waxy. Spec warfare is still really about economics and logistics, especially the soldiers completely lack strategy. I mean, I don't know. They didn't. It took ancient Egypt quite a long time to develop any kind of particularly distinctive military technology. Let's send the Scorpions. I think, to be honest, I can get away with one of each. I don't think I need to go overboard in case there's something at Bedet. But yeah, I suspect the answer was, I mean, in this era, this is the third dynasty. They're still using stone-headed maces and stone-tipped arrows for the large part. Despite this game, a couple of levels before this, doing copper for weapons. Copper was absolutely beginning to be used as weapons. It wouldn't be bronze for a very long time. Let's beautify this. Oh, that's nice. There we go. I know they're going to be here in 6 months. And that's my 3,000 population sorted. So no complaints there. Culture 20, prosperity 20. Where's my ratings overseas? How's that my ratings overseas? Culture. There are too few scribal schools in the city. Well, that's because I don't have any prescribal school down. If that makes you feel better. Christ. Where am I going to put a scribal school? I guess put a roadblock there. kill that. Put a scribal school there. Why have you done that? Silly. The little red rings on the roads here are roadblocks. So there are two types of wandering, travel-y person. There are the types like the firefighters here. They don't have a specific destination. When they hit a roadblock, they bounce right off it. Then there are the people like the delivery drivers, the traders, the market people. So this market person with the basket, she's going to a specific location, so she'll go right past the roadblocks. This market trader, who just delivers food to people, she won't go over a roadblock, so it's used for controlling movement. Right, okay. I must be close to winning. Too few what do you need libraries? I don't think I can build libraries, can I? I'll tell you what I might do is I might need dancers. Put a dance school just some random place. Actually, I don't know where I'm going to put a dance school. I guess I'll put it there. I might need a dancer's stage actually. There we go. Well, let's go. No help from Seth, but that's okay. Five culture. Too few jugglers, too few musicians. Dentists? Dentists and library. I don't think I can build libraries. I can build dentists. There we go. Look at that. We did it. We've met the twin challenges of securing an important trade route and building a prosperous city. We've done it. We did it. That was pretty good. So what's next? Okay, one Saqqara. Okay. So probably monuments. Yep, we've got to build a. Okay, we're building our first pyramid, gang. And while building a pyramid, we've got to get 3,500 population. All doable. It's pyramid time. It's pyramid time. Am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? I think I'm going to do this. Why not? Where else have I got to be? This is cool. I'm hanging out with my pals, my Egyptology pals. Okay. Oh no, they're introducing meadow farming. Okay. 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 I wish I had a mini-map. I hate the lack of mini-map. So we're going to take this very slowly. We're going to take this very carefully. You should simulate the battles with a brief Mount and Blade include. Excellent. Yes, I love playing Mount and Blade. Warband specifically. I recently accidentally started my own rebel kingdom, but everyone likes me, so they're letting me get away with it. That's fertile meadow. That's quite nice, quite pretty. So what are my raw resources? Gold mine. Golden stone. God. Where? Well, there's nowhere for me to put it. I haven't found any. Oh, there's gold right along the top here. They've given me 12,000 Debans. That's pretty serious. So gold and plain stone. I'm probably going to import. Why is it doing this? It's doing this weird glitch where it's sending me. I'm not doing this. Don't know what that is. Okay. A medium stepped pyramid. So that's pretty serious in my view. Are those giant scorpions? Look at these little guys. They're some little dudes. It's hard to deal with a sentence starting "oh no" to include the word meadow. Oh no, a meadow. No, meadow farming, I dread meadow farming. The reason I dread meadow farming is because you have to do irrigation ditches and it's just irritating. Doing a network of irrigation ditches. And can I build a hunting... Stop this. I can build a hunting lodge at least. I hate this. Okay, let's have a look. I'm here at Saqqara. What do they buy? They buy all sorts of stuff. Okay. They're buying linen. Do I have a flax farm? I don't have a flax farm, so I can't... Okay. Selma Oasis. Well, we know what Selma Oasis does. They sell wood. Oh, they'll buy pottery and clay. Did I see I didn't even see a clay pit. No, I don't. I can't even dig for clay. This is baffling. So I guess based on that, let's have a look here. Looks like I can import reeds and make papyrus. That's pretty profitable, actually. Gold will be important to me. I can import gems and export jewelry, which isn't as profitable as you might think it is, because the gems cost 120 and the jewelry only sells for 150. My guess is I'm going to get requests for jewelry. Okay. Okay. Fine. So that tells me, given that my meadows are here, and my gold, that's really annoying. The UI is stuck up here. My only source of gold is up north. Stop this. Stop that. Stop it. That tells me the first thing I need to establish is gold mines. Okay, I can squeeze 10 out. That's actually pretty good. Stop this. Stop this. What's happening? Why is every version of this game glitching in a very specific way? Okay, my farmland's going to have to be there. So my palace can only be built on green land. The annoying thing is 3,500? It was 3,500. So it's basically the same kind of layout as at Selma Oasis, only I've actually got less space to do it in. Stop that. Oh my goodness, that's annoying. My immediate thought is do that. I don't think Set Rogan is still... Oh, who are my gods, actually? Oh, I've got 3 gods. That's annoying. And a temple complex to Ptah. Potentially useful. Let's see what the temple complex to Ptah actually gets me. Altar of Ammon spurs my quarries to work more quickly. Okay. Oracle of Thoth. Librarians and teachers use less papyrus. I could not care less about that. Could not care less. Okay. So this neighborhood here, this could actually this could potentially support 3 neighborhoods. This little pond here. They're all going to be so far from the gold mines, though. So the gold mine isn't going to be that efficient as a source of income. Oh, I've finally got mortuaries, have I? Okay. Okay. The placement of the palace has determined already. Okay. So there's a neighborhood there, which I guess is going to branch off like that. I've got to build a road up from the palace. Building a road there is going to cut that off from my ability to quarry it, but I've actually got so much access to rock, I don't think that's going to be a problem. And I very much want this journey to be as easy as possible for my poor dumb gold miners. So we're going to put a roadblock in there and a roadblock. We're going to put all roadblocks along there. I can't have this scrolling glitch happening all the time. It wore off after a bit on the last map. Right, okay. That's so annoying. Why is it doing that? Food. I mean, I've got hunting, right? I've got hunting, and my thinking is... Stop this. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Stop it, please. Okay, it's happening. It's beginning to happen a lot. I might take a break and try and figure it out. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take a quick break and try and figure out why exactly that's happening. I shall be back sort of 5 minutes from now. Go get a drink, go refresh yourselves. I'll see you in a very short amount of time, hopefully. So, the funny thing is, Ken, that I just tried that randomly, and it worked. And then I looked, and you'd posted that, so I'm delighted that that is a thing. It did seem to work for me. I noticed that it was scrolling when I moved the mouse, which I didn't want it to. Anyway, thank you for looking on my behalf. That seems to have worked. If I hadn't found the solution myself, you would have solved it for me. So let's put that there, pop that there. Got so many temples I need to build. I'm not happy about that. I think my temple complex is going to go here. I'm certainly not going to build any houses here, am I? That does seem to have stopped it, doesn't it? We like that. It just tried to do it. Did you notice that? And then it stopped itself. Okay, one temple complex, two Ptah. We had better build an architect and a firehouse. He's got to be happy enough with that, right? That we can build a temple to Ra and a temple to Bast and call that good enough. So we need a water source. And we need a bazaar. What? I've got to do water trading in this? Where? The Nile, actually. Oh, right, yeah, okay. I remember the Nile. See, it keeps trying to do it, but it's not succeeding. Work camp's interesting because I think the pomegranate farm, the farms actually have their own. I've got a horrible feeling they're going to ask me for pomegranates. And I think we decided to do granary close by, didn't we? Granaries can burn down. I didn't actually build architect, fire, police, dentiste. Let's build a bandstand here. Ooh, can I fit a personal mansion in there? Yeah, that's lovely. We like that. Okay, that's not actually the worst gold mining thing I've ever had to bodge together. So, I've spent quite a lot of money. I have a horrible feeling they're going to ask me for pomegranates. I would like to think that I have a horrible feeling they're going to ask me for pomegranates to be the title of the VOD for this video. I think that would amuse me enormously. Right, so the next thing I build has to make me money. I'm going to have an income coming in from here. So my inclination is to actually just start. Oops, did that wrong. Religion. This is not a military mission. There's no military involved. Thank Jeebus. I better put monuments at 3 because that's going to turn out to be quite important. But I think for now that should be fine. Where are they coming? Are they coming in from the south? Yeah. Well, that's actually not true yet, but it will be thanks to you, good citizen. I'm preemptively doing that because Somewhere here will be another neighborhood, and I think somewhere here will be another neighborhood. 3 of these neighborhoods should be enough to get me to 3,500 pops, and if it's not pops, now who's talking about Stellaris? Ugh. Okay, so the hunting is beginning. Make sure my granary can actually accept the food that comes in. Should I start preparing for pomegranate gate? Oh, don't make me. I think I did a thing where I don't have to... Yeah, I can build my water lifts without building roads. Because I hated having to build roads to them. Like, that's just not thematic. Would it be fun to make a series debunking conspiracy theories? Well, Red Wizard Knight, I don't have a series on debunking conspiracy theories, but I do have a playlist of videos where I talk about fringe theories. I like talking about fringe theories because fringe theories are kind of weird. Conspiracy theories are a slightly different thing, and I don't. Every time I talk about fringe theories, you get people coming and going, well, how do you know the ancient Egyptians didn't have light bulbs? To which the only sensible answer is because it's light bulbs. So I need to get workers. I need to get workers into those gold mines. ASAFP. F meaning feasibly. But I do have a few videos in the midst which are full-on investigations into some very strange theories. There are some very bizarre links, mythological links between ancient Egypt and other cultures, and I think that's a video in and of itself. I am desperately resisting, for reasons you can all, I think, easily imagine, making a video about ancient Egypt's place in the Book of the Exodus. But I think I'm going to get away with it by doing a video review of the movie Prince of Egypt at some point. I want to get into doing media reviews. I'm not at all a media analyst, so I can't necessarily justify it. But I think I might have some fun doing it. I might start with something like The Mummy, and then move on to hard mode, which is Gods of Egypt, a film that's technically not very good at all, but which I will defend to my death. Build a pyramid, granary. Well, absolutely. You wouldn't believe the sorts of things that fringe theorists believe the pyramids were. I've even had comments on my own videos saying, well, the pyramids weren't tombs. I'm like, well, most of them actually weren't. Most of them were not tombs, but the ones that are still standing, the pyramids of Giza, absolutely. The Great Pyramid is a tomb. The Pyramid of Khafra is a tomb. Some of them are just grave markers, which is not technically... Oh, what have I ended up getting? Is that plague? Oh, I didn't build a physician. Yeah, I didn't build a physician, so now there's plague. Did I get a notification about that? Yeah, a plague. Okay, that's fine. So I need so many more workers. There's no entertainment. That's okay. That is a problem that I can solve. With a juggler school and a conservatory. If you can hear cackling coming from downstairs, that's amazing. Watch Alien vs Predator and comment on the 5 seconds reference ancient Egypt, then withstand you wittering about why the next Predator movie should be in ancient Egypt. I mean, that sounds like a great conversation. I guess that there are all sorts of surprising media that ancient Egypt comes up in. Like technically, like there's an X-Men film whose whole thing starts in ancient Egypt. Stargate has this whole dodgy ancient Egypt thing. I once attended an online lecture about the video game Smite, and how it represents Egyptian gods. Ancient Egypt's everywhere. I'm definitely going to do a video about how ancient Egypt is everywhere. My entertainment venues are not... Okay, more people are coming. So hopefully that will help to fill the... No local religious facilities. But hopefully that will soon be different.
I bring you the bounty of the Nile.
And the bounty of the Nile is a cup of mint tea. Is this from the bag I gave you?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Smells amazing.
mint and licorice. Oh, I love licorice root and mint tea is fantastic. It's overpowered actually. You shouldn't be drinking too much licorice tea if you suffer from high blood pressure, apparently, but I don't live on the stuff, so it should be fine. I really need my gold mines to get going. To the extent where I'm thinking... God, I don't even have enough for them. Gold mines are right up there, are they? Should I put those at number 2? What would happen if... Oh lord, what's happening there? It doesn't... Okay, I don't really know why it's behaving that way. Well, Stargate is Ancient Aliens, but at least Stargate doesn't propose that it's true. Ah! See, I didn't have to send pomegranates, I had to send, game meat. I'm probably going to have to send pomegranates, aren't I? Well, I'd have the workers to extract pomegranates. I still need more workers somehow? Damn, this is rough. Getting those gold mines running is a tricky affair. So pottery. I do not have the money for this. Okay. I can't dig clay. Am I just going to buy pottery? Let's have a look at the prices, because I don't have the workers to establish a pottery industry. Pottery is quite expensive. I don't have much money, but what's going to happen is the gold should pay for it. Oh, that's a gamble. That is such a gamble. But I think I'm going to do it. And look, think about it this way. Realistically, I don't need that much pottery, do I? I don't need to maintain a huge amount of pottery. Famous last words. Oh, I'm going to import pottery from Mennefer. I can't even afford to open the trade route. I actually have to go into debt to get money from my peers. This is astonishing. Okay, I've got my gold mines up and running. It's a bit of a risk because it means my temples are going to go... But the gods start off quite liking me. So I'm thinking if I get a bit of a gold income... And I've got Bast. Right. Let's take that out, because that's been... Oh, why take it out? Why take the tea bag out? It's only minty.
If you hear him choking later on, then we'll know why.
Tar, could you have given me pottery in that storage yard? That would have been really good. Okay, right. now that I've run sufficiently low, I can now open the trade route and purchase pottery. This is such a disaster. But my gold mines should start being productive. Here we go. I've never actually seen Stargate. Any iteration of Stargate. Through a certain amount of osmosis, because some of my closest friends are big Stargate nerds, to the extent where we were playing a completely unrelated board game lately, and for some reason we started talking about the chevrons locking, which is a reference I recently started to get. It was all very strange. Yeah, I know that the ancient Egyptian thing in Stargate's not. They're are they ancient Egyptians? Are they did they base themselves on ancient Egyptians or ancient Egyptians? Because there's a guy called Ra in it, right? And he's just not. Okay, so I'm making some money. Oh, that's terrible. Is that all I mined? But production's 100% complete. So basically the cart guys are going to show up. They're going to immediately get a new bunch of gold and they're going to go in on it. I should start getting traders soon. Oh yeah, look. He gave me pottery. Ah, oh, you're a star, Pata.
You mean he gave you pottery?
No, I don't mean that. Why would I mean that? That's nonsense. What are you talking about?
Pottery?
No.
Pottery? Pottery?
This is astonishing. This tea's quite good, though. That is brewed enough, however. Lovely. What? My guys. Wow. Any local religious facilities? Yeah, that much I know. So now we're going to do something really strange. Say, I've saved my kingdom, my city from ruin, but I can't, it's unsustainable to have my production buildings like this. So now I've got to shut down my gold mines temporarily. Or at least slow them down. So that my temples have workers. So that the distributed pottery... now they need beer, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. I should soon have enough workers. I get a steady supply of pottery from Patar. I should increase how much pottery this storage yard can hold, because he is just sending me pottery. Louis might have been voting to have you thrown into the Nile.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Accept that. +1 vote for pottery.
Okay, so I've got lots of room for people. Yeah, look at this. I'm just getting free pottery from the gods. I love this. I'm really into this. So my gold mines are starting to work. I have extra room for 523 more people. Okay, my city is saved. That little bit of micromanagement has saved me. Do I know a Nubian god called Arisinopsis? I don't, but I'm interested in learning more. I intended to do a whole bunch of profiles on the gods, but that will require some custom artwork, and my artist in residence is very busy at the moment. Should I just... I'm just going to let him fill up my whole storage yard with pottery. He seems to really want to do that. Can he do beer? He can't. That's a shame. That's a shame. For beer, I guess I'm going to have to buy barley. I can't. Oh, hang on. I might be able to. The displays. So I can buy barley for water trade route. Get out. Water trade route. Oh, I hate water trade routes. They're such a thing, you know? Where can I even build docks, to be honest? I can build docks there? That's my farmland. Oh, I hate this map. It is repulsive to me. So looks like what I'm going to have to do... I really hate this. I might have to build bridges. Can I bridge any point here? Build a bridge there, and I'm going to have to build a ferry. I can't, okay. Ferry crossing here? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so baffling. Yeah, and then I guess I'm going to have to build docks here. I hate that. I hate it. Okay, that's what's going to have to happen. That's what's going to have to happen. But I have unemployment. Unemployment is actually a good thing in this particular instance because it means that I have a stable city. I've got enough workers, and it's a very small amount of unemployment. In this game, you want unemployment at 10% or lower. They want to give me pomegranates? All my insecurities about pomegranates have completely reversed. Yeah, except let's take some pomegranates. So we need to pick a site for our pyramid. I think it should be here. Nothing's happening here. There's our pyramid site, which for reasons I simply cannot fathom has to be road connected. Now, let's build some internship facilities. Like so, and we'll make sure we have... I don't understand why that's happening. We'll make sure we have an architect and a firehouse just to keep things on the straight and narrow. So 30 additional workers required, but I've got enough housing for that. Thank you for my pomegranates. Thank you. Jesus, I don't think I've bought any pottery. I think the Lord hath provided. Gods do make things out of clay, I guess. I mean, Ptah did, in some mythologies, make the world on his potter's wheel. He makes people on his potter's wheel. Your body is made on his potter's wheel. I don't know how your mother is involved in this. Imagine the Ptolemaic family as an 80s sitcom. I mean, I sort of do imagine the Ptolemaic family as an 80s sitcom, but it's a very after dark family sitcom because many of the themes are incest. Right. Okay. So we're feeding people successfully. Oh, he can do jewelry. Gems. He might be able to get me free gems? I think that's interesting. I think that's worth a look. See what I can do about that. If I can get free gems, right, just from being pious, then selling them would be fine. So I'm going to say half gems and half jewellery. I don't know. Let's see. How are the gods actually? Oh, Bast and Ra are not, in fact, my biggest fans at the moment. But that's because I could stand to build more temples to them, in all honesty. There is an ostrich where I want to build my temple. A problem that must have plagued the ancient Egyptians enormously. I will build some shrines to Ptah. I think the place to build these shrines is here, my craftsman's alley. I need more workers. That's because I don't have any beer. That's because I really don't want to do water trade routes. I find that so sad. But respect. Um, that's a water trade. You just want me to do a water trade route, do you? Cranky. Oh, cranky. Right, I will. I'll do a water trade route and I'll import some barley. I could just directly import beer. I'm actually going to export any beer over 800. Because commerce. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. Storage yard for barley and for beer. We'll make sure we've got lots of that. That tea was wicked good. That was really good tea. Let's build some breweries. 4 breweries. I'm gonna build. No, let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. Unfortunately, what I know. Oh, this is so annoying. Well, there's nothing for it. They're just gonna have to come a long way. They're just gonna have to make a long trip. They're the ones who are insisting on trading by sea. So that's what they get. Let's build a. I can't remember whether it needs an architect or a firehouse, so it's going to get both. Congratulations, you are my barley trading station, and it's going to take you 9 years to get anywhere. Can you do anything? No. Okay, fine. Oh, connected by road would actually be a plan. Why not make their journey even worse than it already is going to be? There we go. My contempt for them is known. A blessing from Ptah. So what I need to do, you want me to send you cash? I can send cash. So what I need to do in my labour overseers is I need to make sure that my beer is a higher priority than the jewelers, because the jewelers are meaningless. The jewelers aren't even going to work unless Ptah decides to bless me. Ptah, would you decide to bless me, please? Here comes boat. Here comes the guy with the barley. Shipwrights, weavers, and jewelers are fully stocked. Look, he did as well. They're fully stocked. We've got no workers. My beer brewists have no workers either. Let's get my brewers working. That will kickstart the economy, because beer is the next thing my people need. Right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And a courthouse. Am I taxing them? I'm not. I am now. Okay, so we should start getting some workers pouring in. According to my overseer of the granaries, I have room for another 371 people, and I have 200 workers needed. So if we keep that up for a little bit. My gold mines are temporarily deactivated. It's true. A gold mine has collapsed. I mean, that is a random event. There's nothing you can do to prevent that. I tell you what I failed to take into account every single damn time. And that's that my worker ratio is limited by the if you can hear a rustling in the back if you can hear rustling in the background, it's got nothing to do with my partner having mini cheddars and everything to do with her opening a pack of digestive biscuits as slowly as physically possible. They are quite good though. They've got ginger flavored chocolate digestives, and they're quite nice. Right, okay. So we need another neighborhood. We need a neighborhood, and I'm gonna put. I mean, that road exists. That road exists. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. No one liked that. What are you doing? Okay, that's... I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. That was very strange. That thing I just did. So this is a new monstrosity I've designed. But it doesn't matter if it's a monstrosity as long as it works, and it's going to work fine. So we're going to build a temple to Ptah here. I definitely need to make sure I have a physician this time, because last time I got into a lot of trouble by not having one. I need an architect, a firehouse, a police, and a dentist. What else do I need? Oh, houses, probably. Entertainment of some kind. And I am going to try to build a pavilion here. There we go. Yes, I know about the debt. I know about the debt, but that will soon be fixed. That will have to do for the time being. What animal should we mummify as tribute to me? Me. Mummify me in tribute to me. It's my best hope at resurrection. I mean, it's as likely to work as cryonics. Is it as likely to work as cryonics? Yeah, because at the moment cryonics is just not. It's yeah. I think it is. I think it is. Hopefully, my massive influencer status does not destroy the reputations of any cryonics companies, or possibly, hopefully, it does. Right, okay. I'm hoping... that's got more workers going, so my gold mines are back in production. I need to start selling beer, is the truth of the matter. Do you buy beer? No. Who buys beer? Cinema Oasis buys beer, and they buy it by land. I can't afford a trade route yet, but I will soon. A few more gold deliveries. Right, let's open a land route with Selma Oasis and sell some goddamn beer. I think I'm already set up to export beer. I am. I don't. Yeah, that's fine. I've got plenty of beer to sell. I could buy more barley. I could really do with more barley, but the problem is there's a limit to how quickly the barley can actually come in. None of my land routes can do it. My weavers and jewelers. Actually, my jewelers finally have workers. See, now, this is actually going to be enormously profitable because this jewelry is free. Can I sell my jewellery? I can, but who to? Do I... Mennefer. You buy jewellery, Mennefer. You're very good people. So we're going to sell jewellery. I mean, you can't not be impressed by jewellery made with gems literally hand crafted by the gods. I'm going to keep some... I keep 200 jewellery in my storehouses. Jewellery is very profitable, particularly when it's free. Should I build... I'll build both the bits for the temple complex. Look at this incredibly new kingdom-looking temple. Oh, he just filled it with jewelry. Did he? He did. Oh, it's even more free than it used to be. I'm going to make a separate one for gems. The specific phrasing was that it was already present there. Now, he doesn't actually give me gems. He puts gems in there. He doesn't put gems in there unless there are already gems there. which there aren't going to be on this map, so I think my trick is going to work. Fine, just only barley coming in. Horrible. Are you guys going to buy some stuff? Ooh, I just made loads of cash. I did. I just did, you lying liar. In fact, technically, I don't need a jewelry industry anymore. I have exactly the perfect balance. I have no workers required and no unemployment. That's never going to happen ever again. It's possibly only happening because I forgot to tell my bazaar to buy any items. So technically, I don't necessarily need... But as long as I've got 200 in here, which I always will have. Ah, why interfere? So my pyramid is done. I need plain stone. Now I think I can... Am I mining? I can mine plain stone. So it's time to begin in earnest. I need a stonemasons guilds, of which I'm going to build 4. Carpenters guilds, in reality, I really only need 1 of. I know I need employees, but soon that problem will be fixed. It's sort of annoying to have to have a storage yard just for wood. But we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to import to maintain just 800 wood. Where does wood come from? Where am I getting wood from? Selima Oasis. Perfect. We need wood to build the ramps up to the pyramid. Now we need stone. And the good news is I've got lots and lots of sources for stone. And I think what I'm actually going to do... Are we going to make this a plain stone? I guess so. So let's build a plain stone quarry. And now... Huh. Needs to be placed near rocks. Oh. Oh, right, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be fine. It's fine. Put in a roadblock there. Put in a roadblock there. Get an architect's post up here. Loving it. Let's build a plaza here. Should get a few hundred more workers. Right, okay. 117 additional workers required. Overseer of Granary says I have room for 500 more people. Okay, fine. I haven't had to farm any pomegranates, which is great, because that's a complete pain in the buttocks. They're ready to go, but there's no stone. Just little guys. Have you seen these scorpions? No, they're cute. Well, not cute, but they've got little arms. Yeah, they're very happy to be alive, and I hope they don't kill all my workers, but I have a feeling that's exactly what's about to happen. Okay, my stone mines are officially mining. So we'll see the first stones laid of my pyramid. People will work for less, so I'm no scab. I'm not going to lower my wages. People want to come here. Do I have to do... I have to do burial provisions. So I'm going to have to do burial provisions for wood, granite, linen, and papyrus. So that's actually interesting because it shows that I am actually going to need more wood than that. If I import that, like that, then what I can do is dispatch the wood immediately, and then that's done. I can lower my import rates. Right, okay. Overseer of Monuments. Dispatch wood. Now I just need to import to maintain, I guess 400 to be realistic. I don't suppose I can sell this stone. I don't think I can. That'd be great, but I don't think I can. I can import it, which seems slightly strange. Okay. We have a profitable city. We have a city that's doing okay for itself. How are the gods feeling? Bast and Ra feel apathetic towards me. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, if you can hear the sounds of someone blowing their nose. She's having a lovely time. I'm gonna have a festival to Bast, I think. She can make the other gods like me more. Another gold mine has collapsed.
I'm not sorry.
Just honestly.
I'm not sorry, and I will do it again.
I know you will. That's the thing I dread.
It's either that or I sit here sniffing for the next.
What a dilemma. Let's hold a festival for Ptah. Let's hold a big festival for Ptah. Got loads of beer. Oh, they want ebony. Okay. The thing about ebony is I can import ebony, can I? Where am I importing ebony from? Selma Oasis. Okay, well, we're gonna import some ebony. Abu, that's a trading, like that's Elephantini, and that will benefit us later. In theory, we might even get a new trade route with them. Yes, here come the jewelers. Oh, Menefa needs 900 plain stone. I must have missed that. That's okay. We will stockpile the resource so we don't end up using it. Yeah, I know. I've got to get the ebony first, and as we all know, getting ebony is mysteriously difficult. I'm not sure why I'm not getting any ebony. I buy it from Selama Oasis, and they've sold me 400, they claim. Don't know where they've sold it. Has someone bought it? Don't buy it, you... I can't believe my bazaar has bought the ebony. That's really annoying. Right, anyway. That's done and that's done. Let's stop stockpiling, even. That's interesting. It does seem to imply that I could do with more stone mines. I've got some unemployment. Yep, that's fine. Make sure we put down an architect's post. I don't think they can burn down. No, they can't. Look at him zipping up and down. He knows his business. Hooray, jewellery. Buy my jewellery. Well, so what I've got. These are each hosting about 1,300 people. Well, that's good then. One more of these neighbourhoods, and I should be able to get my population goal without any issues. And I reckon I can probably just stick it in here. Title of my I didn't say that. Right. It's great keeping Bast on side because no, actually let's not do that. It's great keeping Bast on side because she will throw parties for you for the other gods. Right. Under 25%, it's not too much of a problem because I can build work camps. Pop those there. Do temple to Ra here and Bast here. Pop in some roadblocks. Make sure we've got a bazaar and that it's actually buying things. But by things, I specifically mean game meat, beer, and pottery, and not my ebony and jewellery. A bandstand. Let's build a dentist, an architect, a firehouse, and a police. I'm saying all these things out loud because I invariably forget some of them. Let's put a physician down because forgetting that always comes at an enormous cost to me personally. We'll tax them and we will build a magistrate. We'll put a magistrate's courthouse there. That's nice, isn't it? I'm loving this. I'm loving how much free stuff I'm getting. Wow, okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh, my jewelers are full again. This is fantastic. We love this. Do I have any outstanding political requests? Because I tend to skip notifications. Yeah, no. I've got loads of savings, though. That's pretty... I need to remember that because injecting that back into the city is really important. At the beginning of the game, that can make a lot of difference. Build. I've got lots of stone coming in. We're almost finished the first layer. We are still building a pyramid slash, well, it's not a space dock. As everyone knows, pyramids are geothermal power stations. Are there any... Bedet buys jewelry, but it buys it by water, and you know how little I care about that. Do you know what though? I can trade jewelry. I'll have a jewelry dock. Can this work? Crikey. You need to pause and stop sending me notifications. They can both collapse and burst into flames. I'll have a jewellery dock. Yeah, well, they haven't been begging me for pomegranates, though. That was my biggest dread. Now, are the gods still happy with me? Why is Bast so apathetic? Oh. Bast needs 2 more temples. That's why. Very strange. Why would Bast have so few Oh, that's why. Sorry, Bast. I accidentally built 2 temples to Ra. It's more like it. Let's apologize with a pretty big festival. Sometimes it's not about the number of temples. They get annoyed if the temples are out of balance. They even put jewelry. See, I don't want you buying jewelry. Well, they're never going to distribute it because there's no there's no appetite for it. Ooh, look, they're selling my jewelry. What are you? Don't be spoiled. Let's do a Patar festival. I haven't done to do any farming at all. Gosh, unemployed at 31%. I could build more stone quarries. Wow. It's a lot of pieces of corn. I don't know if I need this many stone quarries, but it'll be jolly handy. You'd love to go to a festival with these gods. Oh, sure, absolutely. I mean, the thing is that in Pharaoh 1, all the entertainers used to go to the festival square when there was a festival. They don't do that anymore. Bastards are in a festival for me. Look at her go. She's perfect. Boom, more jewelry. The real juggling is keeping them all happy. Yeah, you're right. Look, I've already hit my population goal. I've got high unemployment, but there's a really easy fix to that, because I can just build work camps. They've put the work camps in 2 places. I don't really need... The thing is, I don't need that many work camps, but they do consume excess workers. Because the thing is, you really need 1 work camp per... I don't even know if you need 1 work camp per guy. I'm going to have so much stone coming in, but the truth is that they're using it pretty much as quickly as it comes in. Well, well, well. I mean, in fairness, yes, Saqqara does need a lot of workers. In a different game than this, Immortal Cities: Children of the Nile, you actually have to balance things like what season you do projects in and what season you have festivals in, because you actually have the 3 seasons of the Nile: the flood, the inundation, and so forth. Flood and the inundation, the same thing. I meant planting, flood, and harvest. And you have to manage your workers and things like that. I'll stream that one day. I can place the storage yard close to my quarries. If I place the storage yard too close to the quarries, then look, someone's going to have to walk miles, and I just rather keep it all here. I don't have an efficiency problem with the. I've got stone quarries in 3 separate locations, and I've got 1 storage yard. They all come here. It's much better than having 3 separate storage yards, because that means that the poor workers will have to divide their efforts. That's why I'm doing it. There's method to my madness. Look at them go. I've got no farming to do. Ostriches are providing 100% of my food. Should I farm pomegranates for no reason? Can I sell? I can sell game meat. Maybe I should sell game meat just for the lols. Um, I'll sell some game meat. If I can. Yeah, I know all about that. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Take up to half of that. Let's export anything that's over, I don't know, 200, and we'll just keep some there. Maybe I'll start farming pomegranates. Was that a real ancient Egyptian thing to hunt ostriches? I mean, ostriches are pretty abundant along certain parts of the Nile. And although the ancient Egyptians absolutely did domesticate um, a lot of, they did domesticate cattle, certainly. Um, they did an awful lot of hunting. The vast majority of the meat that entered the ancient Egyptian diet was from hunting. I don't know if it was ostriches. There are lots of hunting scenes where they're going out to catch game birds with nets. I don't know about ostriches. I can't think of an ostrich hieroglyph. Actually, now I come to think of it. But then again, there weren't cat hieroglyphs until quite late on. That one keeps collapsing, doesn't it? Right. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh, I was thinking of doing some farming. Welcome to the water lift. What am I doing wrong? I keep clicking on water lift. Okay, so that's the water lift. And now I need to do this. It's rather annoying. I don't like farming on the non-floodplain parts. But there. For the sake of doing it, it is done. I don't think I know enough about Ukrainian politics to know which corrupt Ukrainian presidents have ostrich farms. But, you know, there's an ostrich farm not too far from where we are now. I have occasionally ordered produce from them. Quite like ostrich. Right. I like the animals too. I think they're perfect little monsters. Let's put you there like that. There, I'm farming pomegranates. I hope everyone's happy. That's there's no water lift going there. I'll put one there. Can I go water lift? There, does that do it for you? I don't know if it matters if it surrounds. Let's do. Yeah, I don't know if it matters. That's a 91% fertile. No, it doesn't seem to matter. That's kind of odd. Oh, look, we've got our first ramp. Sapir-Whorf hypothesis would indeed hold that the Egyptians could not see cats until the New Kingdom, because as we all know, the ancient Greeks couldn't see the color blue. Yeah, that's very true. Um, that's not true. I need to clarify. That's just a very specific and incredibly wrong hypothesis from linguistics. Um, Yanukovych, the president until 2014, fled the country after he had a weird ostrich farm. Okay. I happen to think ostriches are quite useful. Um, this farm I'm talking about that I sometimes buy ostrich meat from also sells hollowed out ostrich eggs. They're gigantic. I mean, imagine how. I mean, I think an ostrich egg has the same amount of egg in it as like 16 chicken eggs. That's ridiculous. Think of the omelets you can make with that. I've never managed to get one. Not that interested necessarily, but I'm just saying it would be interesting, potentially. I wish I had more barley coming in. Can I build a dock there? I think one dock per product is actually the only thing that's useful, though. Because I think they're going to go there regardless. I guess a huge house made of wood actually would be pretty fancy for ancient Egypt. That's very true. Wood, hard wood was really just not a common thing. They had to import quite a lot of it. There's actually another important reason that they domesticated cattle, of course, because dried cattle dung is a pretty useful fuel source, and they just didn't have a lot of wood to go around burning. Okay, well, the pyramid's coming on fine. I need to think about some goods to dispatch to it. Linen. How do I not have 1,000 pottery? I have a question about that. Where is all the pottery? I'm supposed to be importing to maintain it. Although I also feel like Ptah... Oh, why have they turned against me again? Honestly, these gods are such drama queens. Okay. I wonder what kind of breed of dogs the ancient Egyptians had. They might have died out. Oh, invariably. I mean, individual breeds of cats and dogs don't necessarily last a very long time. Because one of the things you have to remember about, well, first of all, pure breeding itself is a fairly modern concept. But one of the things you have to remember about particular breeds of cats and dogs is that they are all the result of very particular breeding practices. And as a result, they're not necessarily particularly healthy animals. Quite a lot of purebred animals tend to have, for example, quite weak immune systems. Camels and horses, certainly. I mean, horses they gained access to in the New Kingdom, or um, at least in the late Middle Kingdom, possibly. The thing is that when you say what animals were used in trading, no, camels were very, very new. But the thing about animals in trading is that, generally speaking, they preferred to trade by boat. Traveling by land is an enormously difficult thing to do. Even when the land is favorable to overland travel, people in all over the world have tended to prefer to hop along coasts and rivers than to go over land. It's just quicker, and much less risky in a lot of cases. The Nile was a super highway, and it accounted for the overwhelming majority. I mean, people often say it's really funny the ancient Egyptians had a very advanced civilization, but they never invented the wheel. And that's true. What possible use would they have for such a thing? When they learnt how to make chariots, however, they actually improved upon the design of the wheel that they learnt from the Hyksos. Made it more sturdy. They were able to make much faster chariots than a lot of their neighbours. No, camels are quite late on. Um, Camels, of course, come from the Middle East, so they'll have come via the Arabian Peninsula. You always think of ancient Egypt and you can picture the pyramids and some camels, but the camels had nothing to do with ancient Egypt. I'm not even sure how, when camels entered the Egyptian. All my neighborhoods are here. All the ones I need. Isn't that great? I thought I'd have a problem there, but I didn't. Got loads of pomegranates coming in. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so back to the breeds of cats and dogs. I don't know. But I think that the thing that's important to remember is that they'll have drawn the cats and dogs roughly the same way they drew humans roughly the same. They did not particularly care about how diverse a species was. Um, there are lots of cats and dogs that we like to imagine look quite ancient Egyptian. There is a cat called the Egyptian Mao. I think it's from modern Egypt. I don't think it has anything to do with the ancient breed. The way cats are depicted varies a little bit. Sometimes they're depicted relatively short-haired, so they look something like the breed that we now call an Abyssinian. But sometimes they look quite furry. The famous cat Tamiut, who was the cat of Prince Thutmose, Akhenaten's older brother, was clearly quite a furry cat. She had a fuzzy face. Um, so the answer is probably quite diverse. Maybe camels and horses not being domesticated there were actually good for them as the name. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to remember that the ancient Egyptians didn't have as much of a use for those things as later civilizations in the same place would, but certainly they proved themselves useful. We do know, for example, that they did make quite a lot of use of mules. Um, so they absolutely were using animals. They were definitely using animals. Okay, one moment. They were definitely using animals in farming. We have plenty of depiction of them using oxen to pull their terrible, terrible plows over the fields. They were terrible because the blades were literally fire-hardened wood. Um, they didn't have as much access to bronze as is implied by the phrase Bronze Age civilization. And so they wouldn't have wasted it on stuff like that. What am I doing? So one of the things about this game that's not accurate, one of the many, many things, is that... Oh, I'm reserving stone, aren't I? Is that you only need the irrigation ditches when you're not farming on the floodplain. But they actually needed to irrigate the farms that were on the floodplain, because what would happen is that beautifully, famously fertile soil would essentially bake into... Well, it was clay. It was a high clay soil. And so what they would have to do is when the floods were receding, they'd have to dig irrigation channels and irrigation lakes to keep that very fertile soil wet, because as soon as it dried out, nothing was really going to be growing in it because it essentially baked into hard clay, and it was very difficult to hydrate after that point because of the grade of the clay. So what you'd end up doing was having to hold on to the floodwater as long as you could in special reservoirs and lakes, so that you could keep the soil workable. What was it doing? Plain stone. Oh yeah, yeah. They need more plain stone. Oh, they're gagging for it. You'd think I'd have enough coming in, but they're just so efficient at using it. Okay, it's fine. We'll stockpile more plain stone. I've got loads of it. I'd say the city's made of it, but the city is certainly not made of it. It's mostly made of mud brick. Did I know that lions lived as north as Greece and as far south as East Asia? I guess I didn't. I mean, it makes sense. Um, Tigers are a pretty spread out species too, aren't they? And I guess we know that lions did spread out. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, I suppose so. Okay, yep, I do have enough stone for that. Well, I'm not paying my workers any less because they deserve it. I'm not going to follow the trends and the fashions. I've got loads of money. Thanks to their efforts, and I am not Elon Musk. I'm going to pay everyone fairly. Where's my mansion? I'm not Elon Musk. Where's my mansion? Right, okay, good. Let's go, pyramids. Okay, I need more grave goods. Let's dispatch some pottery. That's done straight away. Linen. I've got weavers, actually. Can I buy flax? Oh, they just sell papyrus. And they just sell linen. But I have a feeling... Oh, a land trader. Oh, Abu, yeah, because I helped them. Oh, they sell flax, do they? And they buy pottery. Okay. Well, they're going to want me to do mortuaries at some point. I don't need a culture rating. I just need a prosperity rating. Okay, that's fine. Might build a mortician, I guess, but... Let's build a special storage area for my grave goods. Quarter, half. Okay. Let's go there. Let's go there, and let's go there. Okay, I've already forgotten. 15 granite and then 500 each of those. We can do that, can't we? $15 granite and then 500 linen and 500 papyrus. And we'll see what comes in from where, because undoubtedly what's going to happen is I've forgotten that some of these come in via the sea. Earlier this year I learned the days of the week are named after Anglo-Saxon gods and goddesses. Yeah, many of them are. That's absolutely true. It is kind of strange, actually, when you think how, because of the excesses of the British Empire, this really obscure part of the world, this relatively, well, it's not a tiny island, but it is an island, and in this tucked away in the far north of the world, has essentially lent out the names of these long forgotten gods in the days of the week that almost the entire rest of the world uses in one form or another. I do find that quite interesting. Interesting, and also, oh Jesus, could we not have just kept for our own business? But yeah, that is interesting. I don't think it's irrelevant. I don't think any weird little fact is irrelevant. I'm an armchair Anglo-Saxonist as well. I just don't have a YouTube channel about it. Okay. So no linen has come in. Who sells me linen? Abu sells linen. So why is there no linen in my... Is someone buying it? Yep. Please don't buy linen. I always need to check my bazaars aren't buying it. That's really strange. Okay, so that looks like that's all my burial goods that I need. Uh, beep, boop, boop. So that's all done. Don't need you anymore. I guess I don't need to import them anymore. No linen, no papyrus, and no granite. Goodbye. That's definitely how the pyramids were built. They just hovered up, one guy at a time. In the old Pharaoh, they had like whole teams of them hauling the stone. They seem to have given up on that plan. God, I am building this pyramid. I am blowing this jug. Wow. I guess I could increase the efficiency of my operations. And an architect's post. Okay. Where I could build more. Slightly mad. That placement is insane. How did the ancient Egyptians work out currency? Well, they didn't, really. They didn't have any need, for it. Um, it was all done on barter for a very long time. I'm not sure if coinage first came to Egypt under Persian rule or Ptolemaic rule. But it was very late on. They simply didn't. Can I build a? Can I? Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. I'll save a bit of time. Oh, I built over an ostrich zone. Sorry, ostriches. Have your zone back. There are advantages and disadvantages to the currency system, but for ancient Egypt, it was very much. The thing about ancient Egypt is it had a pretty reliable supply of food, which anchored its economic success. It could farm like almost no one else. I mean, the Fertile Crescent was an entire crescent of civilizations, obviously. I like to build more irrigation channels. But ancient Egypt certainly had a lot going for it. Engineer post and firefighter, where? Oh, I didn't put an engineer post down, you're right, well done. I shouldn't need a firefighter. No, don't need a firefighter. Oh, I almost missed that, well done. I'd have had a massive collapses. What? what is the wage across the kingdom? The kingdom's paying almost half what I am. Oh no, screw that. I'm a very profitable city. In fact, out of spite, I might raise my wages. Well, I've raised my wages. Take that, rest of the kingdom. Stone is streaming in. I still have some unemployment, but not an enormous amount. I think that's as much as I could squeeze a few more in here, couldn't I? Ah, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. Wages have risen. Of course they've risen. I'm a trendsetter. Everyone stop making requests of me. I'm getting there. I need to remove some stuff. Well, everyone likes a worker's paradise. From each according to their ability and so forth. Right, okay, go there. Oh. It's very restrained sneezing going on. Okay, that's a horrible. I'm going to put a second architect's post there because I do not trust that architect to get around everywhere he needs to go. But that should be enough. That's enough stone for one civilization. In fact, I actually need more workers, so it is indeed. Everyone needs to learn from me about wage increases. Everyone deserves a fair wage, and it's pretty shameful if a pharaoh has to teach you how to do it. But yeah, sometimes I remember what the federal minimum wage in the United States is, and it horrifies me. It hasn't risen in my lifetime, or at least it hasn't risen for most of my life. Probably has risen in my lifetime. I'm playing on normal difficulty, I think. Oh Christ! I didn't know I was late on that. Well, I don't have any jewelry, do I? Why is he annoyed at me? Oh, he's not annoyed at me. Let's do a festival. Did I actually do it? I don't have enough beer. Let's do a festival and see if I can get some jewelry out of him. You know, I could probably just import gems at this point. Couldn't I? But that seems so. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's giving in. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I get my gems from God and nowhere else. I don't have the workers to sustain these. Ha ha ha! Right, okay. You can have everything you want. There you go. Now I have slight unemployment at 0%. That's very satisfying. Yes, I can import quite a lot of raw materials and sell just about any manufactured goods. I'm not importing gems, however, because it's you make very little profit on it. And I like the idea of getting it free from God. Don't know why, I just find that quite funny. I guess I could have. Okay. 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 The rational thing to do is to build those mines back, those quarries back. And kill off my internship program. There we go. I don't actually need that many interns. I had a gold mine collapse there. Oh, this one again. What a shock. Well, I've got more pomegranates than I need from 6 farms. Look at them go. I don't know why he's hoeing the ground. They're growing on trees. Do pomegranates grow on trees? For some reason, I thought they grew on, like, bushes. Even though a gold mine collapsed recently, some of your citizens have taken ill. Okay. I don't know why those two things are related. Look, I'm almost done on Pyramid. Fantastic. I think I've got all my other ratings. Oh, I've got plenty of prosperity. My kingdom rating could be higher, but whose couldn't? Let's do a festival for Bast. She makes everyone like me. I like that. Amazing. No, you have to wait for them to flatten the surface. No, that's very true. That can be very. I do find that quite satisfying watching them all, spiral around the pyramid and slowly flatten it out. I'm reasonably confident that the stones were carved before being installed in real life. I don't think they would have flattened them on site. Then you'd have stones sliding down. So we did it. Our pyramid is complete. The step pyramid of Djoser. Fantastic. Look at that. My city was very successful eventually. I ended up with almost 5,000 demons in my personal vault, which is pretty handy because that carries over to the next mission. Everyone can ignore this nonsense. That was very stupid, but it did actually work for some reason. So we did it. Now I have to go through a weird ritual where we do that. So yeah, let's claim our victory. Let's find out what the next mission or missions are or is. Ah, looks like we have another choice. Or Maydoom's going to be another pyramid, isn't it? Oh, a step pyramid and a step pyramid complex. 3,000 residents, that hasn't proven to be a problem. Culture, okay. Versus 2,000 people. Oh, so that's going to be a very military one. I find the military ones quite satisfying. Should I do a military one? I just did a pyramid one. We'll do a military one. Oh, I'm going to stop for now anyway. I'm going to load this up and then bring an end to things. Isn't there a pyramid somewhere in Europe? I mean, I don't know. Probably. The truth of the matter about pyramids is, although we're not supposed to admit it, is that in its essence, it is stacking blocks. So, you know, it happens a lot. It happens all over the world. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. We went for a good few hours there. It was quite a lot of fun. My throat is, however, dying. And I want to watch BattleBots with my fiance. We love BattleBots. Or possibly Star Trek. I think we might be out of BattleBots to watch. We might be all caught up on that. But I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their weekend, whatever it is you're up to. I'm so delighted that you all show up. Apparently the Cerebit Kadim mission is quite quick. Well, that's fine. That'll make a great warm-up for next stream. I do not know when my next stream is going to be. But keep your eyes on my community page, keep your eyes on my Discord server, which I hope you all show up and join and post memes to. But either way, one of those two places you'll see an announcement. I am working on a video. It has been slowed down by some real life stuff. But if you are thinking of becoming a Patreon supporter, the good news is that my latest video is available in podcast form for my Patreon supporters. So if you are very keen to hear 9 misconceptions about ancient Egyptian religion, then head over to patreon.com/armchairegypt and sort yourself out. I've also got YouTube memberships now. They get a lot of the same perks that the Patreon subscribers do. Until then, thank you all so much. Thank you all for chatting. I love chatting with you all. It's really fun. You ask such really interesting questions, keep me on my toes, which is the thing I like. So have a great weekend. You all enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever it is. And until next time, my fellow armchair Egyptologists, life, prosperity, and health to you all.